you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
Jake. Ah.
Boo, bro. I can't imagine being a Hawks fan. Like, what are y'all even doing?
I mean, you can still respect the fact that DeJounte's a dog before you start hating.
He's not a dog. He played well. He had a good game. I don't think he's a dog.
He's not a dog.
Jontay Murray is now
what's a dog? Like D'Lo's a dog?
I'm saying, like, what are we talking about?
I wouldn't even say that. Like, like there's not many dogs. Like,
well, there's like 10 dogs.
Yeah, there's a few dogs, and like I don't think DeJontay Murray doesn't fit the category of being a dog. Like, when have we thought of DeJontay Murray as a dog?
I've always DeJontay Murray is a dog.
No, you haven't.
I have. Let it be real. Since he got traded before he got traded to the Hawks.
Let's be realistic. We weren't talking about DeJontay Murray when he was on the Spurs. Like, he was a good player.
I was.
You don't know ball.
I don't know ball. DeJontay Murray was a good player on the Spurs.
Like, what are you talking about?
I didn't say he was not a good player. I actually just said that he was a good player on the Spurs. If you could sit back and listen for a second. I just said he wasn't a dog. Like, we have never thought of DeJontay Murray as a dog.
Don't say we.
Like, I'm just
go ahead and just define.
I just want to know what a dog is. Like, what are we
That's
talking
what I'm saying.
Right
you
now?
can't define dog because it's in you. And it's not something that like we can just throw out lightly. Like, you can't just throw,
so then
can't just throw out.
How can you tell me that I don't think somebody
because it's very obvious. For example, a player that I don't even like, Russell Westbrook. Like, I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan. Russell Westbrook is an actual dog. Like, he's a real dog. Draymond is a dog. Like, there's dogs.
So what are you talking about? Like, emotional idiots.
Russell Westbrook's not an emotional idiot.
Westbrook's not an emotional idiot.
All right.
Westbrook is just a
Why
dog.
is Draymond a dog? Because
Draymond likes to take the soul of the other team. Like, that's how he plays the game of basketball. Like, he's going to take your soul. No diddy. But he's going to take your soul. Like, come on now.
Nah, taking your soul.
Okay,
it was kind of wild.
Like Marcus Morris is a dog.
It was kind of wild.
He used to be.
Marcus Morris. Okay. Anywho, before I lose more IQ points, let's go ahead and get into it. Discussion at hand. Hey, I know DeJounte's up there. So let's talk about DeJounte. 44 points on 44 shots. Left it all on the court. Pause. Celtics, they lose back-to-back games in Atlanta. I mentioned DeJounte that last game. He had 11 points in overtime. I just want to know, because we talked about this briefly in the text group chat. Is this a bigger deal for the Celtics or for the Atlanta Hawks? These two games right here.
Definitely for the Hawks. The Celtics at the end of the day don't really care.
It's a much bigger deal for the Hawks. The Celtics are first in the East. They already clinched the playoffs. I don't think they care about when they come and show up to play the Hawks. Like, I know the Hawks fans. I see y'all on Twitter, on the Take V Twitter, because Morgan follows all the Hawks pages. Like, I have to see all the Hawks media. But anyways, I see y'all talking about, Hawks are going to make some shake in the play out or in the play in and all this nonsense. I don't care.
Disagree?
I just don't care. Like, I don't think that you're going to make any shake in the actual playoffs. So
that's what they always think.
That's what usually happens. You usually get bounced out early.
That's not true.
That's very true.
Okay.
Well, listen, I wish I had Ian on here to talk about these Celtics because that wasn't even really where I was going to go with my point. But I'll just mention this. I personally believe this was a bigger deal for my Hawks, of course. Reasons you highlighted, of course, yeah. I don't buy into the whole I don't care about the games things. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing for them to drop 2 games in a row to a team. DeJounte Murray's at the helm. You don't have Trae Young. It's embarrassing. 2 times in a row, Drew. That is embarrassing.
I'm just saying, my uncle called me after the first one. Okay, like he woke me up calling me after the first one because they blew like the 35-point lead. But like
they did.
You have to. I saw it, but you have to realize if you're up 35 points on a team, like they could have put you to bed in a real game. Like in a real game, they would have put you to sleep. Like
What is a real game?
Yeah, this is where he loses me every single time.
The Celtics do not care about this. They've already clinched the playoffs. They're going to be the first seed in the East. Like they don't care about coming to play the Hawks, especially when they're up 40. Like they stop caring. Let's keep that real. They did not blow up in a serious game. You think they would have blown a 40-point lead?
I don't know what the serious game notion. Like Julian, if you stand on the floor, you're trying to compete. Like I don't really.
In the playoffs,
this is just you.
That's not the reality of the NBA anymore, though. Like I would say if it was me, yeah, I would like to win every time I play a game. But like the NBA, bro, like they don't care, bro.
So your mentality is different than Jason Tatum's, Jaylen Brown's, Coach Mazzulla, all them over there in green.
I'm asking you, okay, as a real NBA fan, right? You watch the NBA almost every time it's on TV. You think the players are giving 100% effort every time they go play?
There's different circumstances that determine that. Travel, injury,
yes or no question. Yes or no?
Different things. It's bigger than a black and white question. It really is. It's 82 games in the season. Like you're not going to give 100% every single time on the floor.
It's a way to beat around it.
I said no. But I had to explain that to you because it's not just, we're playing the Hawks tonight. I'm gonna just come out.
So you don't think players take other teams lightly, get complacent? You don't think that happens?
I don't know about the Hawks.
I think maybe if you're seeing lightly, you're
seeing Detroit and they've won 5 games all year, then it's like I don't want to go out bad, but like
the Hawks,
Julian is trying,
especially right now.
Hold on just 1 second though, because I still feel like you're dancing around the point of this. They didn't lose just once. It wasn't just a coincidence.
They lost twice.
I know they lost twice. I understand. Like that's and the second time was with their full lineup. Like this time, you say you blew a 30-point lead. You didn't have Porzingis. You didn't have Drew Holiday out there. We wouldn't have this slide up here. But you lose twice in an overtime situation. And you let DeJounte Murray, who's apparently not a dog, go for 44. So it's just like, that's why we're having this discussion right now. That's all.
The only big deal about it for the Celtics is I think that the way that they approach basketball is not sustainable, at least. Like
that's their fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the Hawks right now. I'm saying the Celtics need to play the game a little bit. I won't say more efficiently because like they think that's efficient, but like sometimes they get stuck in like taking all these threes, not taking any mid-range shots. Like they have a few good guys who can score in the mid-range. Like obviously Tatum and Brown can score in the mid-range. Even Drew Holiday can go get a mid-range bucket, but like the way that Mazzulla teaches them to play, which is just threes and layups, like at the end of that game, it came up like Jason Tatum he walked the what's it called down. He walked the clock down and took a fadeaway one-legged three. And he could have like tried to get into the lane, get fouled. Like he didn't do any of that, which I don't understand. And I don't think that will bode well for them when they face a really good team, like when they face the Bucks in the playoffs or maybe even get to the finals and face the West. So
I mean, we see it every year. It's nothing new. They have no fundamentals, and that kills them every single playoffs.
I mean, they used to be good. Like when they had Udoka, like I feel like they played a little bit better.
It was the same thing.
Basketball. Not like this though. Like it was more just Tatum. Like now the whole team
always like that.
Now the whole team they don't shoot mid range really. They just shoot threes and layups. It's kind of like college basketball, Alabama.
I won't get into too much with the Udoka thing, but Udoka had them hang their hat on the defensive end, night in and night out. I don't know what their record was that they finished with the year they went to the finals, but obviously their record is great now under Mazzulla, and they're it's a team. I guess that's another wrinkle you have to add into it, but they play good basketball. The problem is when it comes down to crunch time. Okay. He talked about the one-legged fadeaway threes, that sort of thing. The problem with the Celtics, they fall too in love with the three, like Julian mentioned, and they also fall too in love with that ISO ball at the end of the game. Okay, just throw it to Jason and we don't need to hunt a mismatch or anything. He's just going to be able to get a bucket because of his greatness. And they can get caught up. But that's not even where I wanted to go because I believe this was bigger for my Hawks. Of course, partly because y'all see that photo right there. Y'all see the hooded one. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all see the elation on his face because his brother, just knocked off the best team in the league. Like that's what Hawks Twitter wanted to see that, because this duo is going to come back next year and wreak havoc on the league yet again. It's just up to the front office to put some pieces around those two guys. And we see that Jontay Murray, he can play very, very well. We already know that Trae Young was playing at an all-NBA level before he went down. You put these two guys with some more defenders, and sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. That's AV Pod. Got anything to add on this front?
I just want to know, to y'all, the Hawks fans, what does wreak havoc even mean? Like I guess we'll say they run it back next year, same duo. What's y'all's end game? Do you want to go to the
end game is at least doing what we've done in the past. Are you aware of what we've done in the past?
You went to two conference finals in our whole life.
Is that an accomplishment?
No.
I mean, he says no. But then if I ask him to name the other stars that are in the league now, the other teams in the league now that have done the same thing,
I said in our life. I said in our life.
Donovan Mitchell. How many has Donovan Mitchell been to?
He went to one, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think
one.
You know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. Now I think he went to one. I'm pretty sure he went to one.
What about
actually, did they get they got bounced out in the second round. You're right. But I don't saying that to me is crazy.
Yeah. We don't
Donovan Mitchell.
That's Morgan's boy.
Man, what about Isaiah Long?
Anywho, what Jacob means to say is, again, if you point at the 30 teams that have been to a conference finals in, let's say, our lifetime or whatever, it's really not that many. It really isn't as many as you think. But hey, it is what it is. I just feel like this team that we had now, even if we had more health throughout the season, Jalen Johnson, went down. DeAndre Hunter went down before he's playing like a better player. If we were healthy, I mean, hey, we could have been better, but it is what it is. We'll see what we do in the play-in.